Hello, this is Pam with Stories from Auntie Pam. I'm talking about everybody can't handle your realness. Now, see, that's the thing about it. Like I said, in one of the previous videos, everybody like to tell me, "Oh, you so real, you so honest, you so this, and you so that." Like I said, there's no other way that I know to even be. And if you can't handle what I say, you can't handle my realness. Then you are not the fact that you're too sensitive, not the fact that you overthink things. Is not that. It's the fact that you have to you have to be on a certain mature level to be able to handle any person's realness. You can't you can't sit here and just take everything personal. You get what I'm saying? When a person is real, they're real. You will know the difference in the type of person just being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's not being real. If you being disrespectful, that's just you being disrespectful. But anytime a person's being real, then you will be able to feel the genuineness of that person, being real in whatever they're saying or whatever the conversation is, or whatever their heart's content is, or if they're helping you with something, if they're doing something for you, if they're, you just be able to tell whenever a person is being real, towards you. And like I said, everybody's not able to handle that because some people have been hurt so much and so long to the point where when you're being real with them, like helping them out, doing for them, caring, checking up on them, trying to make sure that they got everything that they need, they don't know how to handle that. You know what I'm saying? Because no one has ever been that real with them. No one has ever shown them help, shown them love to the point where they just can't handle that. And some other examples of being real conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because see, the thing about them, um, you may be the type of person where if they ask you to taste it, oh, okay, yeah, taste this potato salad. If it's nasty, it's just nasty. And I'm gonna tell you that it's nasty. Okay. Okay, but nobody has ever been so real with them to tell them, baby, your potato salad nasty, but you run around here taking it to all these potlucks and to, the Thanksgiving and the Christmas dinner and all this other stuff, and then you wonder why your potato salad ain't been touched. Baby, it's nasty. And ain't nobody been real enough to tell you that it was nasty. Because what? They knew that you couldn't handle the realness. They just knew that you weren't gonna be able to handle what they said. But I'm the type of person where I'm gonna be real with you and I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna say it's so nice. You can't help but to accept it because I'm gonna say it's so sweet and loving. And if your feelings get hurt, even after me saying it's sweet and loving, oh, okay, I'm gonna need you to work on that because, like I said, we all grown, rusty adults around here. So there is nothing that a person shouldn't be able to say to you to be able to help you. Because if I'm telling you this, I'm telling you to help you. Another example. Now I may be telling on myself, but that's fine because not too many people tell on themselves. But baby, back then, because like I said, everybody know I've been celibate for over 6 years now. Now, baby, back then, baby, if the sex wasn't good, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna pick up your shoes and your clothes, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it right on up outside my door and let you know, baby, you going back to being 100 because this was not good. So I'm gonna need you to exit left, exit left. Baby, who told you? Because you did a lot of bragging, and I got my mindset, and I'm ready, thinking that I'm finna get towed up. I'm thinking that I'm finna get my ankles knocked loose, and you came less than mediocre. I'm gonna need you to grab your shirt and need you to grab your shoes, and I'm gonna need you to go, baby. You just didn't do it for me. Uh no. And then the first thing you want, I'm asking you how. Well, baby, you know what? Just go ahead and get me ready. How many inches is it? I don't know. I always satisfied to like how many. I'm asking you because, baby, I'm not gonna waste my time if it's under a certain amount. That's just I ain't never had a complaint. Well, you might have one for me. So I'm asking you how many. So I don't know. Oh, so you telling me you 30 years old and you telling me you ain't never measured your stuff, so you don't know how. Okay. So it's the same as asking a woman what size bra you wear, and she 30 years old and she been wearing bras since she was 12, and you ask her what size she wear, and she said, I don't know. Okay. So we just gonna not know what size bra we wear, how big our tatas are. So you telling me you just don't know you piss every day. Excuse me for that word, y'all, but you piss every day. You go and take a tinkle. You go and take a pee pee. And you telling me you don't know how big it is. You got to hold it in your hand and you ain't never. Oh, okay. You gonna swap with that lie. So since you want to sit here and lie and say you don't know how big it is, and now that I'm disappointed and I kick you out, now you embarrassed. Now you should have told me this from the beginning so you wouldn't have to be disappointed because I already told you what I want. Now, see, you didn't give me that choice. Again, I discussed that in other videos. Give a person a choice. Be honest. Give them a choice. But yeah, you can't. So all you got is 3 minutes. Well, why didn't you tell me that? Because guess what, baby? I can help you to change that 3 into 20. But if you ain't opening your mouth, how am I supposed to be able to help you? So my thing is a lot a lot of people back in the day, whether they was hair clients, whether they were exes or whether they were just friends, of mine, I helped them in those particular areas. Why? Because I was being real with them and I told them what was what. And I'm not saying I ain't talking about I slept with all these people. I'm just saying I had clients that wanted to know, things about, because like I said, I did a lot of counseling. I did counseling for the past 20 years. So it were particular things that they wanted to know and that they needed to know. It was particular things that friends of mine wanted to know and needed to know. No, I didn't sleep with them. Clients, friends, no. Okay, now the exes that yeah, I slept with y'all. But the thing about it is, instead of giving me my choice when I asked you a particular question, you want to pretend like you was dumb. But now that I didn't stay here and embarrass you because I had to exit you to the left because you wanted to act like you didn't know. Now mm-mm. Baby, you couldn't handle my realness. So now you're embarrassed, now you're mad, now you're cussing, now you're crying, now you're doing A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You come back to me, in which I always got this for every last one of the ones that I was real with, and I told you what you wasn't able to do. They did come back to me less than 6 months and told me thank you. No other woman has ever told me that. No other woman has been honest with me. I thank you for being real. Why? Because I'm trying to help you in the future. I want you to know it ain't all that. It ain't all that cracked up to be. I can help you, with the next person because you ain't even gonna get the chance again with me. But I can't help you. And they came for the advice after the fact that they saw that I was the only person that has ever told them the truth about their little non-performance area. And now that I have helped them, they in the best relationships. Some of them got married, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and I'm cool with that. I'm glad I was able to help. But like I said, everybody can't handle, your realness. They're not able to handle, like I said, you being a help. It was another, a couple of people. Maybe when I tell you, um, they have never had nobody to be nice to them. Everybody has always been mean. They have always been liars. They just never cared. They And when I was the one, and I'm talking about, women and men, I cared, I helped, I did for you, blah blah blah. And ain't nobody never did that for me. And I thought you was faking, and I thought you was no, baby, that's just me. Well, I know it is now because when I seen that you didn't change who you were, then I knew you was real because you never changed. You've always been the same. Yeah, I hate that you went through that, but yeah, that's just me. Okay, uh, somebody that I was talking to, he had never had a woman to help him out. He uh had gotten sickly, and after he had gotten sickly, and he wasn't able to do what he had been doing previously with the other women, work, pay bills, go on vacations, do this, do that, whatever, blah blah blah. Uh, he saw where they were using him because they weren't able to get out of him what they had been getting out of him. So, a lot of women after the fact that he got sick, just started using him. But it got to the point where when he finally saw it and recognized it, he stopped it. And now you have that notion that all of the women fake, they just want to use you, don't nobody want to help you, they don't care for you, whatever, blah blah blah. I had never been like that because like I said, the way I grew up, helping out, taking care of elders and just the way I grew up, just doing for other people or helping or giving advice or just being mannerable and being respectful, um he had never seen somebody actually genuinely care to help. So when we started talking, he had got sick maybe like 2 weeks after we had started talking, had to go to the hospital. And I was right there. Spent the night right there, talking to the doctors, helping out, ABCDFG. He got sick a second time, like a month later. Uh, well, 2 more weeks later after the first 2 weeks. I did the same thing. I was there trying to help. Let's go get your medicine. Let me, prepare something so you can start eating right. ABCDEFG. Let's do this. Let's do that. I wasn't asking you for no money. I wasn't asking you to pay no bills. I wasn't asking you for none of that. I was there to help you. He had never had that before. Uh, what he did was, um, we had stopped talking, and um, he had told me, in which, like I said, we mutually did this. Because usually when I start talking to somebody, I'd be the one that, we'll talk about it, but I'd be the one be like, okay, well, this is the problem. We don't need to talk. But we mutually did this, even though it was his idea. But he said that he wasn't ready for me. He said, I have never had nobody that nice. And I had to actually ask, some guys. I was like, have y'all ever heard of that? They was like, yeah. They were like, yo, I've done that several times because I got scared that the person was such a good person to the point where I just didn't think it was too good to be true. And he had told me that. He said, I didn't think you were too good to be. He said, I thought you were too good to be true. He said, I have never had nobody to care for me, that was by my side, that didn't want nothing from me, that didn't ask for anything, that just genuinely was there and blah blah blah. He said, you was too good to be true. He said, and I just couldn't handle it. He said, and you just, you're an angel. You're too good of a person to just deal with me like this. He said, I'm sickly, and I don't know how long I got to live. The doctor's telling me 6 months to a year, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings like that. And then we talking together, and then I end up dying. He said, but at the same time, he said, I just don't think that you're, you know, you such a good person. He said, I just don't think that you just too good to be true. I just don't think that this is real. He said, and no one has ever treated me, with such respect and so good, and they've always used me and whatever, blah blah blah. And my sister had to tell him that, well, Pam always been like that. Pam don't change. Pam has always been like that. As soon as you sick, something happening, something going on, something wrong, she the first one at the hospital. She gonna ask you how many nights she needs to spend. She talking to the doctor. She do that. She don't want nothing from you. And so when he found out through my sister that that's just how I always been, then he was like, man, I messed it up, man. I messed it up, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you did, because at the point when you messed it up and you knew you messed it up, you had started talking to another lady, but you wanted me back because this lady was doing what the other people had been doing, which was using you, wanted your money, this and that, or whatever. Then she started cheating on you. So when you saw that, you just gave up the best thing that you ever had, and knowing that we mutually stopped talking because we talked about this, and you said this was the reason why. But I told you, well, once you get that, you know, that conversation where you're like, okay, well, I know I can handle it. I want to be with her. We need to talk and, mend things. And I told you, I'm here. You didn't do that. You went to talking to somebody else, and now she just stay here and dogged you out. Baby, that's on you. That is on you. And from what you be telling folks, well, I think about her all the time. I really want her back, but I know she's not gonna take me back because I messed up and I should have never started talking to the other girl and da 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 da. Yeah, but that's exactly what you did. Why? Because you thought that I was too good to be true. Instead of you having and taking a blessing that God has given you. Because even with you saying that then, baby, this is 7 years later, you still alive. Now the doctors can give you 6 months to live, but baby, God got the last say so. So that means that we could have still been together after 7 years. Not you thinking that you was finna die within 6 months to a year. And you still alive, here it is 7 years later. And then when I did talk to you and run into you, you apologize. And I really, want to let you know that I love you and I care for you and I, messed up. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. Now that you know, and I know, cool. But no, you're not getting that opportunity. You're not getting that chance again because you had it, but you didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you couldn't handle my realness. You couldn't handle somebody, being there for you and helping you and being real with you. And I, like I said, and I hate to say it, there's so many people that got folks that have those bad experiences and those negative experiences to the point where people wasn't real in conversation, people wasn't real in actions, people wasn't real in deeds. When it came to that person, and that's just what you always expected. So when the real deal came along, you didn't know how to handle it. And like I said, and I hate that. But I'm me. I've always been like this. I've always been real. Like I said, I say what I mean and I mean what I say, but I'm gonna say it in a good way. You know what I'm saying? And when I ask you something, please tell me the truth. Because like I said, I value truth. So please tell me the truth. Because if you tell me the truth, it's gonna work out so much better because now I know what to do. Now I know how to handle everything else. Because you've told me the truth. So yeah, truth goes a long way. Because a lie is only that's short stops. It's right there on the edge. You can't do nothing with it. Once it falls off the edge, it's gone. But baby, the truth stretches and it goes a long, long way. And the truth is very important. I don't like I said, just a little white lie. It's still a lie, but no. anyway, I thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and leave your opinion or your comment or maybe your story